Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Geeking Out podcast. I'm Athletic Geek, joined by Charloco.
Welcome back.
Yeah, and we're doing a watch along this week, and it's going to be a little bit more complicated than the last one we did. This one, if you remember a few weeks ago, Bahu FMW was my guest on the show, and I bought several DVDs that he has for sale on his website, Bahu FMW World, and bought one for myself, bought one for Charloco, because I remember this was once on YouTube, and I thought it was ridiculous, and it was taken off YouTube, but now we can own the ridiculousness forever. This is the 10-year Great Sasuke Best of DVD through Michinoku Pro Wrestling. If you would like to purchase this to follow along with us, I will include a link to Bahu's website. Just go there and follow the steps he has to pick this DVD up. This is... Now, I've seen this before. Charloco is not. This is a reactionary video for him.
Yes. I just got this in the mail with several other lovely things. But yeah, there's just one DVD that just mentioned this. And just call me Beware a House or In Your House Beware a Dog, because I am completely in the dark here.
Yeah, it's completely dark. It's pretty much it is gonna have like clips of all of like Sasuke's career, but then there's like a subplot going on as well that is just, well, we'll get to it. So
I'm just gonna ask one thing. Is there singing? Because I know he did have like a CD at one point. So
I don't think they're singing. I don't quote me on that, but I know.
I didn't know if this was going to be like he was going to have like some kind of big music video like Bob Sapp style.
No. That is not the case. But hopefully you purchased this.
Then I am completely lost then.
Yeah. So hopefully you have this pulled up. We're on the black. We passed the menu screen after you've bought this from Bahu's FMWworld.com. We're looking at black screen. If you want to follow along with us, press play now. I probably need to turn the volume down. You can keep There is a long black screen, so it is not glitching. Yep, see, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, this is just like their intro. This is like the thing from like the Attitude Era for Michinoku Pro Wrestling.
Someone probably just doing their daily jog or on the way to work and watching them film this.
Oh, there's gonna be a lot more, but just trust me on this one.
I think that was Japan's equivalent of like filming vignettes in Jerry Lawler's backyard.
Maybe. We got a nice little bike ride here, and yeah. So, are you familiar with his work? You see Shima from AEW star Shima's in this. Taka's in this. Yeah. Magnum Tokyo from Dragon Gate. So
Okay, all right. I mean, admittedly, I'm mainly known from like Super J Cup, Canadian Stampedes, mainly like things.
So this is just essentially, this was a, before we had all the great best of collections with at least here in the United States, I can't really speak for Japan, but and I really wish these were subtitled, but this is direct from Japan.
Okay.
But there's like before you had like
Oh no, it's Shawn Michaels from Baywatch.
Yeah. There's a Coca-Cola can.
Is anyone in the mood for a Coke right now?
Yeah. I wonder if they were doing that. Oh shit! Pretty much.
Wait, isn't this what Tommy Dreamer wanted to do to Paul Heyman at WrestleMania 17?
Yeah, I've heard that story. Go down there and shoot Paul Heyman. So, yeah. Apparently,
Top 10 anime betrayals.
yes. So we have. So Samurai News is going on. I don't know the story with the dog.
I don't know, but I think he has the most charisma so far.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So. You mentioned what I said about I said you might need an alcoholic beverage to watch this, and I advise that for all of you listening.
Yeah, that was a good call.
Yeah. Because I really, this is there are parts of this where I actually wish that I knew what they were saying, but
yeah, and I just don't want to do the jokes of like, oh, I don't understand what they're saying, so.
Oh, I know. I'm just kind of.
I don't. Yeah.
That's why I really love New Japan having the having all these things subtitled for us, and
like after like 5 years of not doing it.
yeah. Just gotta hope that there's promos from AJ or Kenny or.
Or did you ever listen to like the Yoshitatsu commentary?
I never did that. No.
Oh, basically they would like, it's like Stryker or Kevin Kelly would ask him a question, and he would just be like, yes, and then he would be like the guy to translate promos, and then he would like the big go home promo and everything, and he would then just respond with like, what did they say? And then he'll say like just one or two words. Like it's like, oh well, what did he say? He said, oh, he's ready.
So, you got a funeral here. Big Japanese funeral.
And this is where Tugboat tells us to send in postcards to get him out, to have him return from death.
We're gonna see some familiar faces there. That's Hayabusa, who was wrestling as H at the time.
All right.
The see Grand Naniwa up there. There's a Grand Hamada. You can see Jado and Gedo there in the background.
But Jato's not in his like, or Geto's not in his like full yellow gear and blonde hair.
Yeah, no, not that. Yep. I don't. I wish I knew what he said to deserve getting hit with the pan, but Grand Naniwa decided to do that.
I mean, at a New Japan funeral, you'd get an Inoki slap for that.
Yeah. There's Jado and Gedo.
They then follow this by booking a run-in.
And not just not even wrestling, but they still shit on his dreams there. Yeah, and you could tell like everybody's corpsing in the background of this.
That felt like a BTE skit.
Yes.
Like, right.
Yeah. I actually do kind of wonder if with the He Who Shall Not Be Named funeral, and then the other funerals they've had on the show, if they were inspired, if they had seen this, or maybe Kenny had seen it. And we got before he was Great Sasuke. They're
what's Chris Benoit doing here?
Yeah. I don't know if there's gonna be clips of him on this. I forgot if there is or not, but yeah, there's a. It actually wouldn't surprise me if WWE did censor him like that on the network. But yeah, it's a pre-mask Great Sasuke getting censored. So hey, at least they're keeping. Actually, even more than that, I'm surprised they didn't do that to Rey Mysterio from that time in WCW when he was
Oh
unmasked.
yeah, I think they did do that like in some like biography like segments where they'd show like Polaroids from WCW and have Ray's face like
Yeah,
blurred out.
I know it was blurred out when they like did like his house tour.
Yeah.
So
Were they
yeah,
throwing like tortillas into the crowd,
I
Jeff Jarrett style?
I don't know. I didn't think about that until just now.
Someone's like, can you keep it quiet? TNA's booking the Team 3D funeral in the next room.
Yeah, that was a one of the top 100 moments in company history.
Yeah.
A Team 3D funeral sketch. I remember my friend even asked Abyss, like, "Did you think that was going to be a top moment?" And like Abyss even said, "No, that was a little weird, wasn't it?"
And they never really followed that, like, that style again.
Yeah, no. I don't know who. Fortunately, couldn't tell you who those two ladies were, but that's
This feels like at
Gran
the anime.
Hamada.
Okay, this feels like at the anime conventions when, like, after midnight and you just get those weird video panels where they just show you just random shit from Japan.
I've actually never been to a. Well, I take that back. I went to one straight up anime con, and it was so like poorly ran that I don't remember much about it, except for they did have wrestling as part of it, and Delirious wrestled on the show.
I will say, one of those things was the first time I saw both Hustle and the Bob Sapp music video.
Okay. Yeah, so the one anime only convention that I went to, I couldn't tell you whether or not that was they did something like that or not. I do know a friend of mine, he went to like a they had a Japanese culture festival where he bought
Okay.
they didn't have that, but they had like
Oh
a
my god, what's he doing to him? He can't
I
show
know, right? He's the winner though.
It's the JBL in the shower hold.
Oh God. So anyway, he went to like a Japanese like culture festival and he found like somebody selling VHS tapes. And one of the VHS tapes said IWGP on it. So my friend bought like, oh okay, it's probably wrestling. That's cool. And he buys it and he says like it's literally just Japanese television that was recorded. Like there's no wrestling on it in the slightest. It's just I don't know. Um I don't know when I'm ever gonna mention this on my channel again, but have you ever seen Vermilion Pleasure Night?
I have not.
Oh, okay. Well, this doesn't really fit with the theme of comics, anime, or wrestling, or gaming, so I don't know if we'll do a watch along with that, but just maybe sometime if you're ever I'll send you a link and if you're drunk or really, really stoned, you can give it a watch. So the mystery man lost there. I said I can't get mad at him for doing it this way. You know, it's just kind of like, well, you don't want
Yeah.
to fucking gift wrap it for the fans, you know. But then again, it's also one of those. If anybody has the regular tape
Yeah.
of this, they're gonna be like, I remember back when he wasn't censored. And straight up botch there.
I don't know. I just love the fact that this is a best of, but they still we're like, no, we're gonna show you botching.
Well, they might be, you know, portraying the fact that
Yeah.
he was a young boy and maybe not as good then. Well, obviously he wasn't. He didn't have the mask on, so he's not really great Sasuke yet. Replay the finish. Thank you for letting us know. I see Masa. I wonder if that's the Masa that we all know and love.
I was first like, wait, is this Sandstorm?
Was Sandstorm was Sandstorm around in the year 2000? Because maybe. Oh, he goes to Mexico. That's what I'm picking up from this. And we're gonna censor his face while he eats street tacos and has a Sting shirt on.
I think I had that exact shirt.
That's awesome.
Brought to you by ExxonMobil.
Yeah. Can make sure to get the censorship there while he's doing dive rolls and very, very tiny shorts. Oh, and see now he's got a mask and it's okay.
Hey, you.
So I'm gonna say like as entertaining as this is, and like as much as I'm sure it's probably insightful if we knew the language, I'm very happy that WWE turned a corner with like all these DVDs. It's where you
Yeah.
get like a good documentary and a shit ton of matches in their entirety.
Although I do wonder, was this just common for Japanese DVDs, like wrestling DVDs? Like, are there other like best ofs that have weird encompassing stories?
I know. Well, from High Spots, the big 6-disc Masawa collection are 6 best of tapes from Japan from Masawa, and they don't have any overarching like subplots, but they only have 2, maybe 3 matches each in their entirety. The rest are just the endings or clips of it. So, like, hey, you know that. Stan Hansen won the title here, and now he's going to defend it against Masawa.
Now here comes everybody's go home promo in ECW.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, that I like that format.
No, I did too. I think other people should like do that.
Yeah, I think it'd be like really good for like an Impact or a Ring of Honor.
Yeah, like a 1 hour show.
Yeah. Show the wrestling, and then that way you can kind of get the people that didn't wrestle on there, especially with ROH because their production values are so bad. It's Sasuke in a suit. It's Sasuke in a suit. he's straight up doing some. So now we know where Low Key stole that from. I see some happy stuff, and now back to the funeral. That's Hayabusa. Wrestling is H at the time.
Okay.
There's a story behind that, but I'd rather just point you to Bahu's channel and with his podcast. He'll be able to explain everything in detail. But there's like a storyline where they made him not wrestle as Hayabusa, like the commissioner and his flies undone, and he like lost or like the commissioner of the company made him like not wrestle as Hayabusa anymore, and that was like and then he became H, which was like sounds like edgy in Japanese or something. He tells the story better. I go more shilling for Bahu. Go check out his channel.
Then they booked Ahmed Johnson to play Big Hayabusa.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they actually do something like that.
Oh God.
In FMW, it's not Ahmed Johnson, but they actually do book Tenru to be Hayabusa during that time.
Yes.
Did you hear? Yeah.
Here comes Jerry McDivitt.
Here comes Jay McDivitt, and do you think they have a version that's Ricky Fuji? You think they had a version of Teddy Long making people go 1-on-1 with him?
Sonny Ono.
Oh God! Hey, I wonder if he got his Disney World passes.
I can't use them now.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I heard that.
I heard talking about Chinoku. Yeah, where is he?
Feel like Captain America. I got that one. I understood that one.
Yeah. Taka is coming, motherfucker. He's got hit by the drummer too. I wonder if Hayabusa is pretending to cry because if not, he's going to laugh. Yeah, yeah, there's Taka. It was, it's a little getting off topic, but it was really cool to actually get to meet Taka.
Oh yeah.
Because when are you going to get that opportunity again?
Yeah.
Because I know and we'll probably in more long form go into detail, but I know like a lot of people I knew were like, you had the chance to meet so and so and so and so, and you didn't, and you just met the Japanese guys, and I'm like, well, the Japanese guys don't live here.
Yes, and I regret not meeting Onita.
Muda more than Onita for me.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of regret not meeting. I regret not meeting both of them, but again, kind of going back to Bahu, it's like kind of steal Bahu and OSW. If there was ever somebody in the Cunt Hogan role of FMW, it was Onita.
But no, if you listen very closely to that Taka interview, you can hear in the background, "Bro, this ain't working, bro. We need you to chop off someone's wiener, bro."
That's actually a really good Russo right there.
Oh, thank you.
So he's always wearing this suit. Is he licking the chair, or what is that?
Well, Jerry Lawler does the same thing, so.
I might be a little lost on that one.
I don't know. That just seems like something he would do.
Oh, okay.
I gotta say, that's the first. I've never seen I've seen students set up the ring, but I've never seen them have to actually cut the boards to make the ring.
Yeah, I kind of thought the same thing first time. I watched this thing twice. Once to make sure mine worked because I trust Bahu to make a good one. This is apparently the first Michinoku Pro / Northeastern Wrestling show. I trust them, not to give me a shaft or nothing, but sometimes when you buy DVD-Rs, you run into glitches. I've had that happen with me with IVP videos before there was a New Japan World and Smart Mark, and usually they took care of it with an email, but still it's like, oh shit. So I watched this thing in its entirety twice before deciding let's do this episode because of wanting to make sure this was going to flow.
Gotcha.
Isn't it sad that probably one of the most innovative wrestlers of his generation is like the secondary thing to worry about on this DVD because he apparently was fucking killed.
I wonder how they convinced him to do it. I feel like that just sounds like extra work and more money. We can just edit clips together and sell that. Now you got to rent a whole funeral room and pay all the wrestlers to act.
Yeah, that's Super Delphin right there. The green mask who just hit Taka with a chair. Is he talking into a walkie-talkie?
He's about to do the Independence Day speech. I feel like I've seen more. There's more footage of him without the mask than there is with him and on
With
at this
it,
point. Yeah.
yeah. Apparently fireworks. But no, like I don't know, like what. I mean, I'm sure they got paid to partake in this, but it's kind of like, as we kind of learned from listening to guys like AJ and Kenny and the Bucks and Cody talking about like the t-shirt royalties and like royalty stuff is like different in Japan compared to here in the West. So it's
Huh.
like maybe they had to show. I don't know. I don't know. Um, I'm sure somebody could answer that question. I'm just not that person. This does make me want to watch these matches in their entirety.
That is true. Oh, I first thought you said his name was Super Dolphin.
Delphin, yes.
Dolphin. I'm like, I don't know. Somebody needs to come up with a masked dolphin gimmick.
It would not surprise me if that had already been done, like in Osaka Pro or DDT or before it went straight to fucking hell, Chikara or something. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, Andrew Everett here in the Carolina Indies, he used to have a. She used to be Shiva Kid, where he'd wear like a goat mask and do like goat antics. And basically, this was before Daniel Bryan became like a whole goat face thing.
Right.
And like he was more over on the Indies being a goat than he was on actual TV being a flippy guy.
Interesting. Hi, Jinsei Senzaki, um, aka Hakushi. Um, one
I think
thing,
I
one
think
thing.
Hakushi is a good quality boy. Like for
Oh yeah,
WWF
he's a great
'90s,
boy.
yes.
He's a great. The other, but here's like something else that's interesting. I learned. According to, I'm just gonna be plugging Brett or Bahu, his stuff the whole time.
Well, either plugging that or high spot. So
Yeah, exactly. But I remember he mentioned on his podcast, and again, I might have, again, if I didn't hear this right word for word, don't get, pissed off at one of us because I misremembered his podcast from whenever I was on COVID scare quarantine, despite being negative. I remember him saying that was really cool.
oh yeah.
Uh, Apparently it wasn't supposed to be Shinzaki. It was supposed to be Hayabusa. Was supposed to be the one they brought in because Vince wanted a Japanese guy.
Huh.
And apparently Hayabusa either turned it down or something. Again, listen to his podcast. He will tell you. And then they went with Shinzaki instead. And Shinzaki, he had some really good matches with Bret Hart. Yes, spitting water on the fans. That's an Onita trademark. But oh shit.
Okay, I've never seen that.
The crab walk looks a little like a yes. Somewhere, Jim Cornette's seeing this and going, "Ah!" That's basically what I hear from Jim Cornette's mouth every time he opens it.
I don't know. There was that one. There was that one area, like from a few clips ago, that looked like straight out of like a Memphis taping with like the pink walls.
Right. Well, that's something else that I learned from the podcast was a lot of FMW, the things that were inspired by things in Memphis, like Onita was part of one of the, Tupelo, Mississippi
right.
concession stand brawls. And
Yeah.
eventually FMW apparently stopped being a deathmatch promotion, became an entertainment wrestling promotion. Very, very Western. Like, it was like ECW / WWF Attitude of Japan.
Huh.
And there's like very Western stipulation matches. There was like losers eat dog food match. There were losers get pied in the face matches. There was apparently an anal bomb death match where the loser of the match got like a firecracker shoved up their ass and it lit. Hey, look, it's somebody else that's the guy we thought we would be fuzzed out. Hey, he was on there briefly. Call it a premonition.
Eventually, just everyone's face is gonna be blurred.
At this rate, yeah.
But, I mean,
Unfortunately,
you could say the same. You could say the same thing about the British indie scene.
Unfortunately. Not saying it's not the right thing to get rid of. I'm just saying, unfortunately, this is what they're getting rid of. Yeah, it's bad. Okay, I was about ready to say if he hits this move, okay, he's doing something. I'm gonna say Sasuke moves really well for wearing like long jackets,
and suits.
And suits, yeah. I do remember a number of years ago in Chikara, Darren Corbin and Eric Cannon, along with Sean Waltman and King of Trios, got to wrestle Great Sasuke. And Darren Corbin would always do the slow down spot where everybody would move in slow motion. And Sasuke apparently loved it and wanted to do it.
Nice.
So that was cool. And I'd say go buy the DVD, but you can't anymore.
Yeah.
Or you don't want to.
Until maybe, I don't know, maybe hopefully High Spots or somebody buys them out.
Yeah. Chikara can be like the RF video. It's like, I'm not buying any of that. It's on High Spots. We'll all marathon. So we're seeing some good clips, but it's just like,
yeah.
I want funeral, damn it. And we haven't.
I'm curious. Was the Benoit thing from Super J Cup?
Yes.
Okay. I think that's interesting. I didn't know if that was like, if that was a New Japan event. So I guess they had to pay like Fuji TV for that.
Yeah, they had to. I mean, you're seeing like clip. The one thing I say, you see clips from like a bunch of different promotions here, but you know,
like, you would not see that in America in '90s. Like best of.
Well, maybe because I remember on ECW on TNN. Paul Heyman was interviewing Sonny/Tammy, and he had footage, and I didn't know how they pulled this off. Like, because I'm like, whoa, what is this? They had like footage of her in Smoky Mountain with Candido, and it showed clips of her as Sonny with the WWF logo in the corner, and
oh wow,
and I'm like, whoa, what the?
Knowing Paul, he just recorded it from his TV and then just put that cassette in.
Right. Well, which also, I see it. This was like 98, 99, maybe 2000. I can't remember what year it was, but I was too young to know about internet and deals and things like that. Hey, there's Jado and Gato. Jado and Gato going, there's going to be there's a young man here. He wants to be a pro wrestler. Yeah. Fans really seem to like him, too. Yeah, they do. Let's ruin their lives. Yeah. That's what they're saying.
Shit on their dreams.
See, yeah. They think they're going to go up, but they're going to go down. That's the gesture he's making right there.
And now I'm going to get very immobile and put on a skeleton suit.
Thank God Dick Togo is there now. And
now he should be in the G1, but I'm not going to go in that tangent.
Yes. We should have done it during our G1 episode. I don't know when.
No, I want to talk about Sonata more, damn it.
Yeah. They're smoking. The hell? But back to kind of my original point before we went off on the Jado Gato tangent here.
I will say, I feel like out of everybody, as an outsider, just like I'm getting their gimmick the most out of everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And we have.
You're saying?
well, now we got this that's distracting me.
This is art, you guys.
This is art. Well, this is what I want to point out. See that? Those are children.
Oh, God. I did not think I'd be seeing Great Sasuke's poin curse here.
Yeah, there is a child right there, and there is a naked man.
Why is everything blurred on here?
Well,
I mean, that's what I understand. Just there's so much blurring overall.
so much blur. No. Okay, finally. Oh, hey, Ultimo Dragon. Time for another tangent. Glad we met Ultimo Dragon and Sunny Ono. A little bit more Ultimo Dragon, but anyway, I just didn't like. I wasn't aware of like relationships and backstage goings on, so I'm just like, what the hell was going on with WWF stuff being on ECW? And then I remember watching a tape at a friend's house of a Stone Cold Steve Austin tape, and it had clips of him from ECW, and I'm just here like going, what is like? Are they to the same or how does this work? Because this, like I said, this is before I knew about any sort of insider stuff. I don't know, like I went to my internet wrestling knowledge was WWF.com and TheRock.com and WCW.com and ECW.com and you know.
Mine was WrestleZone.com and like clickbait like ads at the end that'd be like Stephanie McMahon like totally nude or here's Kane's green DX suit from that X-Pac angle.
That wasn't. I did go to WrestleZone and ProWrestling.com and see that, but that wasn't until like 2002, and that's when I became the smart fan. Like, hey, here's the goings on because like I was looking for like other wrestling out there at the time, and looking for like, hey, when's Goldberg and Scott Steiner and Rey Mysterio and all these people going to come to WWF now? So that's how I became an internet wrestling fan. But yeah, there'd always be, the hot pictures, Trish Stratus in the shower completely nude, and I'm 12, 13 years old, and I'm like, yes, and then it's just bing, 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 bing.
You know how many computers that probably ruined?
Several.
Yes.
Several. Eventually, after about 3 weeks of that, I'm like, I'm starting to suspect it. Ooh, kaboom! I'm starting to suspect these aren't real. Oh, shit. Kaboom! What is your opinion on... Oh, that was close.
On these kind of matches?
Yes.
I feel like I can't give too much of opinion just because I've seen the clips, but I've rarely seen like full matches of them, so I can't really justify if they work or not. I will say I did love the heavily gimmicked versions of it on Wrestling Society X.
I was not a Wrestling Society X fan.
It was shit, I'll say that, but I like to say it walked so Lucha Underground and the Broken Hardys could run.
That's a fair way of putting it, actually. And there's the big kaboom. It's not my favorite, but, after falling down the FMW rabbit hole, people can pull off good deathmatch wrestling, and FMW did, and I remember mentioning this in the podcast I did on this channel with Brett, that...
Oh, were you talking about death matches in general? I thought you were just talking about exploding rings.
Yeah, just deathmatch wrestling, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I'm a bit more fine with it. It's not my thing, but there is an audience for it.
Yeah, there is. But like, I feel like when I watch the ones from Japan, maybe it's just my fandom of everything from Japan is better or my stereotype fandom or blockade or something. I don't know. But whenever I watch these matches, I don't feel like I'm watching... It's not my favorite. I'd still rather watch, a good G1 Climax match or some Kings Road All Japan over this. But I don't feel like I need like a shower like I do when I watch some of those like really trashy looking matches from like CZW or...
That's a good way to put it, because Yeah, this feels a bit more epic. Like it feels more of a bigger deal, has more of a star factor to it, as opposed to like in America where deathmatch wrestling is like in somebody's backyard as they're like rolling around in broken glass.
Right, and I will say, to be fair, I did search out the Matt Tremont Onita build up, uh, and that was well done from CZW. So for anybody that is a CZW fan that listens to this, and he's like, "What the fuck you bashing CZW for?" I'll give credit where I like some of their stuff. I just not American deathmatch wrestling is not for me, and I've seen some good independent hardcore matches. Just I'm not Jim Cornette, but yeah, you're right. Some of them just look like they're in the middle of nowhere. They're in a cornfield in the
Yeah.
middle of northern Indiana somewhere, and they're calling this the King of the Deathmatch tournament when. Almost 20 years ago, this had Eddie Guerrero versus the same promotion had Eddie Guerrero versus CM Punk.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened there, but ooh, they grunt so they're grunting like on Jericho levels of grunting.
Oh yeah.
I know my friend would always say about Jericho, he's like the Link of
Oh
wrestling
god.
because he's always ah.
Now they just need to do some Luger selling. For the ah.
Why'd Luger sell like that? I don't know.
Yes. Yes.
There's Mr. Pogo and there's Grand Naniwa. I like it how you have like a guy with a crab mask on and a really, really colorful costume. Then you have this guy with a fucking sign that's stabbing someone.
Hi. Oh, you said Pogo.
Breathing fire. It's kind of like I compare it to. It's like ECW was hardcore wrestling, yet they had straight up a guy called the Musketeer, or and I'm not warning of who I'm about to reference. I no longer approve of this individual, but it's kind of like CCW had Mike Quackenbush in it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just kind of like when you look at CCW and you look at who Mike Quackenbush was in 2005, you're like, huh? How is he in CZW? And it's just
Yeah.
this is kind of like why I'm seeing with like Grand Naniwa being in this death match thing with Mr. Pogo breathing fire and cutting a person. Hi, Liger.
Oh hey.
Facial hair Liger and
Rocking
everything.
the goatee.
Yeah.
But no, you mentioned Quackenbush there, and like when I was doing my reorganizing the other week, I found like all my old like lanyards and like passes from like previous FanFest conventions. And
Right.
one of the first ones I had, I realized like one of the passes, the back of it was autographed by people I saw there, including Bob Caudle, Cesaro, Claudio Castagnoli. And then in the corner, there's just Mike Quackenbush. So now I'm just kind of considering, should I just, like, lick my thumb and just kind of smudge that one out?
Right. Yeah, kind of with this whole thing that's gone on, like I've had the whole like, do I throw the autograph away? Do I delete the picture? Do I just
Yeah.
go, well?
So far, I've just been using a lot of those autographs as like backgrounds of the frames for like better people's like
Right.
autographs.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I can't bring myself to throw it away or delete the picture because there is still somewhat of a happy memory attached to it.
Yeah.
But much like my all of the like my elite minus Kenny picture, I'm like, and there's a big piece of duct tape in the middle of that. I'm sure Liger's telling us some very powerful stuff about Great Sasuke.
Yeah.
I didn't keep up with this, and I don't know if there's any more on there, but he had like a reality show kind of thing going on New Japan, like their English or their YouTube channel, and they had an English translation for it. So,
Hmm.
uh, very, very, very happy that we got the opportunity we did with Liger.
Yeah.
Like that is. Yep, and Tokyo Dome. So this got 5 stars.
Nah. I hate to like ruin the joke, but apparently someone counted and he's only given like 5 matches from the dome, like 5 or more stars.
Right. Yeah, it's just I
I mean,
respect
I get it,
I
but
respect the joke because there's like several matches where I'm like, he didn't give that 5 stars, really, but
I know. But I feel like when like somebody who only makes a joke, they heard like Bruce Pritchard say it and never watched like Japan. I feel like I gotta explain that one though. You know what I mean?
right. Oh yeah. Um, I'm with you. I'm like the ultimate. Much like in many things I am in life, I am so in the middle on shit. Like I
Yeah.
can't fall in with any side. And with Dave, it's like the epitome of I don't like when people just shit on Dave because they think it makes him sound cool. But on the flip side of things, I also don't like when you know. Well, I'm right. Dave gave this. I'm right about this match being better because Dave gave this Will Ospreay match 5 stars, and that AJ match was only 4 stars. So therefore, I'm right. It's like no. So yeah, and we're back to putting the fun in funeral. Fortunately, I can't tell you who this person is. He- and everybody, so you can tell everybody just laughs. It's like you can't do something botchamania with
Yes.
blank corpsing sin for the man. Everybody's corpsing.
So what I'm about to say is gonna like date this video, but I guess I just want it documented that watching this video is how I learned Ruth Bader Ginsburg has died. Like that's
Did she? I guess.
I don't know, just like very serious thing about very historical person. Weird, great Sasuke funeral video. Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. It's yeah. well,
This sounds about right for 2020.
yeah. I don't really know much about Ruth Bader Ginsburg, but when you did say that for the first time, other than like she was like the answer for some question on a test, and I cheated and wrote Ruth Bader Ginsburg on my arm in 8th grade. That's what I think of when I think Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Okay, I
Honestly,
won't get.
it's very tragic she died. I want to sound like
Yeah.
I'm making live or lie, but whenever this is Dynamite Kid's last match, and look at how shitty he fucking
Oh
looks.
yeah, I've seen that. That's just bad.
He was definitely off the gas at this point in
Yeah.
time.
If you haven't heard any of Jake's Dynamite Kid stories from when they did that thing, I'd recommend them.
I need to check that out because I want to hear about that because I'm just very intrigued. Like Dynamite Kid is a scumbag. I'm not gonna lie, but I guess he got better, or did he? I don't know. But he just this the
I don't
warp.
know, but I mean, I don't know if he got better, but it seemed like he eventually just stopped. If that makes sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do think it's like actually, we're segue off of this a little bit. Whenever I found a working copy of Revenge, I still felt bad about playing as Benoit. So they had the cost. You couldn't change his face, but you could or the move set. But you change his costume. So I put him in Union Jack tights
Oh, I
and
like that idea.
renamed him Dynamite Kid. And then I remember my friend just said like, "Yeah, oh hey, here's the singing he talked about." Um,
Oh, here we go.
Um,
Or, and on that same level, if you change Benoit's tights to blue and white and change his name to Davey Richards, it just takes your money and run.
yeah. Oh. Um. But anyway, it's like my friend just said about that. Like, yeah, he just put the gun under their chin. He didn't actually kill anyone. So there's a guy doing Inoki.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell?
Hi, Inoki.
He's like,
What does that mean? The thing. What did Inoki say, and what does that mean? Do you know?
I mean, I think that's a countdown. I don't know about like the other part.
Okay. If anyone
What?
knows what Inoki does, he does his whole
Yeah.
something, 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 something. Like I'm not trying to. This is gonna sound very xenophobic, and I don't mean to, but I just don't know what he's saying, and I don't want to like
Yeah,
misquote it. But what is that, and what does that mean? If you know, let us know in the
yeah.
comments.
But Anoki right now, he's saying, "Don't talk to me. I'm too busy wrestling a bear in Kuwait for world peace."
Yeah. Inoki, I remember making a post about this. Inoki is very interesting. Again, kind of like same thing with Dynamite Kid. I'm intrigued by Inoki, but on the flip side of things, like when I hear about Inoki towards the end, it's like, what is this dude's problem?
Yeah, I mean, I know it's a played out term, but it is a very like complicated history.
I mean, the Ali versus Inoki book, I can't recommend that enough. That
Oh,
was
it's
great.
so good. Yeah,
Um,
but I do wish Inoki was a bit more renowned in America, just so like people like Zane could do like a top 8 craziest Inoki stories.
I think Zane could get away with it, honestly.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm just not sure in terms of like viewership.
Uh, fair enough, but I wouldn't mind that. It's just the thing that like just intriguing about Inoki is it's just like how as respected as he was, like how crazy he got with Inokiism, or what would become on to be known as Inokiism.
Now here comes the 4 horsemen to break his leg.
Well, you're not entirely far from it. It's Taka in an Austin 316 shirt.
I'm sure he's wearing it to be like the big American star or whatever,
Right,
but it just still feels like it'd be like someone in ECW wearing one, you know?
right. And Inoki's gonna straight up try and chase them, or not Inoki, Sasuke. Had Inoki on the brain. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I'm sure Inoki has tried to chase it like a moving car at one point because he thought he could.
You know what needs to become a thing, and maybe we should start it. We need to like remember the Chuck Norris facts.
Yeah.
We need Antonio Inoki facts.
Oh God.
All revolving around his chin, like the ones are like roundhouse kicks and left fist and right for left foot and right foot with Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
Woo, sexy Sonny. Literally what it says.
I mean, it's still when Sonny was like Sonny.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say Antonio Inoki is the weird combination of Chuck Norris and Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah. I can agree with that. I can agree with that. There's his WWF theme. We don't get the Taka is coming, motherfucker. Ooh. We talk about two guys with some great chemistry.
Oh damn, Sonny! She even gets a Japanese vacation and doesn't bring Candido.
Sean or Brett was probably there though.
Ah, damn it! It's Frank the Clown in the crowd.
Oh God. We were about, we were about, right by Frank the Clown after WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, you're right.
No, you You took a picture with Noel. I didn't, but Frankie Clown was right there. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the way Taka sold that drop kick.
Oh yeah,
Or just kind of, oh shit, that hurt.
yeah. Like if someone actually punched you in the gut.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, yeah, where's Taka been in New Japan? I haven't seen him.
I was about to say, is he still being punished for cheating on his wife? Like I know that was like the thing.
That's, yeah, I don't know, I guess.
Like I know that was the thing that
But that
happened.
was
But
last year, and
yeah.
he was at Madison Square Garden and
Oh yeah, he
WrestleCon.
was. I can't remember. Was Taka part of the Battle Royal at the
No,
Garden?
he was just playing his normal
No, he was
role
with
of
that. No, he was at the show though. Yeah.
he was just playing his normal role of Zack Sabre Jr.'s friend who
Okay.
agrees with him.
But yeah, I feel like since that I haven't like he hasn't been around.
Funaki! Oh, that's
Oh,
the
it's like
other
the yeah.
Japanese guy we didn't meet at WrestleCon was Funaki.
Also, the fact that Funaki retired and then like he opened a crepes restaurant in Texas. I think people need to know that fact more.
Yeah. Also, Funaki was a champion in Shawn Michaels TWA.
I did not know that.
Yep.
So you're telling me somewhere there might be Funaki Daniel Bryan matches.
Maybe. There might be. Well, actually, kind of on the people not knowing stuff, Shawn Michaels actually wrestled a match for TWA
Oh, he
in the year
did.
2000. Like it was a hardcore match where he didn't have to do a lot of bumping, but Shawn Michaels wrestled a match.
I don't know. The other day I was just finding weird matches, including from Portland Wrestling, Brian Danielson versus Japanese Hardcore legend Dr. Luther.
Oh yeah, when the Pro Wrestling, I'm gonna give a shield to yet another channel better than mine. Pro Wrestling Rarities is the place to fucking be for obscure independent shit that you didn't know existed. Like those guys had a match, and then you get all excited, and then you realize it's a very independent centric match
Yeah.
where nothing happened. Like, huh?
No, that's how I felt. I found Curryman versus Gold Dust from a like UK promotion in like the mid 2000s,
There
and
was
like it was fine, but it was a lot of like house show comedy antics, not like them going all out.
right. I do want to see Dustin and Daniels
Oh yeah,
in AEW.
I mean really those two versus anybody in AEW, like while they still can.
But I lost my train of thought there. There was a British promotion, and I remember finding these guys around 2014 ish. Yeah, 2014. Yeah, it was 2014. Called Preston City Wrestling, and they used to have a like essentially a sketch comedy show, like a real precursor, like very much like a precursor to Being the Elite, at least in terms of like, hey, here's a lot of inside references with. It was done more like a variety show, but there's like a lot of inside references that only like wrestling fans would get, and you would see like the wrestlers they would book, participating in the sketches, and they had like and they're just a lot of them were I'm just this whole thing is just taking you to other people's YouTubes, but there's hilarious videos like Awesome Kong is playing Rita Repulsa and making her monster grow, and then they have like a bunch of different like independent wrestlers as Power Rangers, like Kevin Steen, and instead of going to Megazord, they call on Jushin Liger, and it's awesome. And they have Rikishi and Terry Funk doing like an Indiana Jones sketch. I'm not even kidding.
Okay, yes, this needs to be our next one.
It's just like it's like a bunch of YouTube videos, but yeah, we could definitely watch those. Hopefully, they're still on YouTube. Um, I don't know who this guy is, but his tie's undone, and he, um, yeah, flips him off. So I guess he just doesn't want to be there. There's this. We see heel cigar smoking Sasuke, and he flipping tables over, and
Oh, sorry, I had a brain fart, but there was something I wanted to bring up. You were talking about those kind of skits, and I saw a YouTuber make an argument. I was curious to see what you thought. He claims that paparazzi productions is a precursor to being the elite, and I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I actually see what he's saying. I actually do. I don't want to say that they were directly influenced by it, but I could see the parallel.
I get the parallel, but I guess I mean BTE is more like everybody's creative juices and like working together, while paparazzi productions, while it had some of that, was still very much this is a Russo segment, you know?
Right.
Although Nash would make a great BTE character.
Oh God, yeah.
I'm like, Tony Khan, sign him, have him never show up on Dynamite, just have him solely for being the elite.
Just show up and make weird inside references. And...
Yes.
Oh, my favorite paparazzi productions thing was where Nash had like was the highest drawing wrestler ever, and he's like he was Hogan, only went about here, But then we have Hart, he came to about here. Then with me, whoosh, under the Diesel character, it was way up here. Austin, great run. He was close, and then just really went to hell with Rock after that. That was my favorite.
Yes. No, those are great. Like, no, someone needs to tell Alex Shelley he needs to make Madagascar pro wrestling shirts.
Yes.
On pro wrestling teams.
Samoan Joe.
Yes.
We have more drunk, great Sasuke. Great Sasuke drinking all the time and smoking a cigar. This is like what I want to call his bender phase.
Yes. No, we need this Sasuke versus Orange Cassidy.
Yes, we do. We need Orange Cassidy versus. I really wish we would have gotten that Suzuki versus Orange Cassidy match. Yeah. I just really wonder how that would have played out. Because Suzuki can do comedy. Like, that's the big thing, is like everybody's like, oh, he's going to die. It's like, Suzuki can do comedy. Like, Suzuki does DDT matches.
Yeah. And I think I've made this case before, but like, so many like fake wrestlers try way too hard to be like appear as tough guys, and then like you got guys like Suzuki who like is an actual tough guy with shoot fighting credentials, and he has no problem taking paydays to do like wacky shit.
Right. Bob Backlund, old Duck Arse himself.
Like what?
He never ate marijuana.
I never ate marijuana.
That was pretty cool.
That's been my jam of 2020.
Yes. It's funny you mentioned that because like so many people want to be tough guys, but it's like, we talked about Davey Richards earlier, and a lot of he's kind of a controversial figure in wrestling. I like Davey Richards. But, in Ring of Honor, he was, I gotta be Mr. Serious, but, like, he wrestled for St. Louis Anarchy, and he was literally, him and Kyle O'Reilly were parodies, like they were 80s throwback wrestlers, because in Ring of Honor, they were Team Ambition, And
Yeah.
in St. Louis Anarchy, they were 80s throwback wrestlers, like coming out to like 80s music, dressed in like 80s clothes called Team Ambitchin'. And they were like smoking cigarettes on the way to the ring. And you know how like in Ring of Honor, Davey would have like before like would yell something really intimidating, like "I'm gonna kill you" before he would do his like running knee.
Yeah.
He would yell, "I have emphysema," and then he would hit his running knee. It's like
Sorry.
everywhere but Ring of Honor, Davey was fucking fun.
Yeah. But I gotta mention, this video had Great Sasuke getting murdered, and I think Bob Backlund showing up is still the most random thing I've seen on here.
That's true. I don't know what the hell Sasuke's doing now, but he's got like a mask and he's being a. It'd probably be something we'd understand if we were following Michinoku Pro at the time. Fucking just step on him. And now they're doing like the thing we do with during the chicken dance.
No, now they need to do American males.
American males.
Males.
Yeah. We did that in Times Square, did you? Has anyone else done that? Can anyone else say they sang American males in the middle of Times Square? We can.
For reasons.
For very good reasons.
That I'm sure we had.
Probably, hey, probably someone said American males, and I went, hey, let's sing it. And you're like, okay. That's the only reason you need. I said this is the only part of this whole thing where I'm like, I wish I knew Japanese. I actually wish I knew Japanese just in general, but. But yeah, apparently, I don't know if this is true. Someone who knows more about the situation who listens to this can fact check me. But apparently, heel Sasuke had the blue instead of the red. So, if I'm wrong and it's just that's just literally an observation I've made. So if I'm wrong and someone calls me out on the comments, you feel free to. But that's just something I've noticed is since he's been heel, he's had the blue mask and the blue belt and all that jazz. Sorry about that. Choking on my beer. You think I would have done a spit take already, but
No, we don't need another funeral segment.
yeah. Hey, if I get enough support and enough people here, I'm doing this. We are redoing this for my channel. We're redoing the funeral, and you know what? We'll just wait till the end of it, and then you can, see. Well, let's go through that. The thing I do like about, at least, I don't know if it's still the case with Japanese wrestling or not, but for every promotion gets some kind of media coverage in this sense, be it, New Japan, All Japan, Noah, FMW got this, Michinoku Pro, I just like the aesthetic of it all.
Yeah. And I'm sure you've seen as in the magazines, just like the photos you get from they get from those just come out so good.
Yeah, I sincerely hope
when you park like several miles away from the con.
Yeah.
It's like free parking's all the way over there. So
yeah, this is true. This is. Gotta camp out for nights. I have walked a mile to a con before.
I believe I have, yeah.
It is funny because bringing back up our trip, we did we walked from WrestleCon to Madison Square Garden on the trip, and at the time, I was actually that's where they had the Ring of Honor festival deal, and at the time I was actually thinking I can go to both, and I'm kind of glad I didn't because there's no way you could have pulled that off, at least with walking, because we got lost like
No,
12
oh
times.
yeah. Now I'll tell you. I hope Mania goes back to Dallas one day because every outside of the event, outside of Mania itself, everything was downtown. You could walk from Access to WrestleCon within like
Hi,
20,
Magnum
30
Tokyo.
minutes.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I I don't think. I mean, I'm trying to be optimistic, but I don't see if WrestleMania does happen and it is at another venue. I don't think we're gonna make it there. All right, turn the
Yeah, I
candle off.
didn't mean this year, but eventually.
No, I mean I'd love to go to the one in California, not because of WrestleMania, but because who knows what kind of people can get
Yeah.
booked for WrestleCon. I'm sure there's ever a time that Kenta Kobashi or they'll bring back Liger for a signing or something of that nature will be done for WrestleCon. It would be there in California
Yeah.
before it's like in. Isn't 2020 supposed to be Minneapolis?
Maybe. I feel like they say that almost every year though.
Just because they got a good dome
Yeah.
there. It'll never be St. Louis. That's the downside. I would totally be if they ever do a WrestleMania in Nashville, Tennessee, or Indianapolis or Chicago. I'm going. But yeah, Magnum Tokyo. He was in WCW and Dragon Gate. Remember in 2010, because that's when Dragon Gate USA started, I became like, and this is the precursor to Dragon Gate right here. The promotion became just such an addict to Dragon Gate, like because they had
Yeah.
the Dragon Gate USA DVDs had like bonus features from Japan, and I'm just like, ooh, these guys, and just getting to see them in the United States so much, I became such a Dragon Gate fan, and then just all of a sudden, that changed. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Oh, it's Taka.
Have you ever heard the one theme of his, which is basically the Kaientai theme, but it just opens with him saying, "Fuck you! I
Yes.
kick your ass."
Yep. Yes. Yeah. It's I liked last year during Best of Super Juniors where they had Caprice Coleman, the preacher.
Yeah.
Um, every time Taka would come out, he just like you would hear him be like, "What? Why?" I don't know if he's staying in character or if he's like legitimately as a man of God, uh, somewhat kind of what is going on and why am I listening to this in Japan sort of thing. But hearing this music just reminds me of when I on the old before they became the 2K games with WWE, they had the ability on like the Xbox 360 to you could put custom music for creator wrestlers,
Oh, nice.
and apparently there's something in a cage. But you could use that, and like I end up like using YouTube to MP3 for all these Japanese wrestlers that I down because they still have the community center. What the fuck? I forgot about this part. The, okay, it's obviously there's a person there. Did they hurt him? And what's going on? Is he being held
No,
hostage?
No, this is how they travel the young boys.
Oh, okay. So what am I? What? What? I I don't remember. I watched this thing twice, and I don't three times total in my life, twice in the last couple weeks, and I forgot about this.
Is this the great Saz ape?
Boo. Remember when Dusty Rhodes brought someone dressed
The
up like
gorilla?
an
Yeah.
yeah.
When is Cody gonna do that now? The gorilla's twerking, Maggle.
That's working. Oh well, they are building up like Allie's gonna betray QT. So this, I remember that was brought in like for Baby Doll and
Yeah.
Tully Blanchard. So hey, maybe it'll work. No, don't do that, Cody, please.
Nah,
We will
he's just
defend.
gonna.
We will defend you,
Nah, he's gonna
Cody.
show up as the Midnight Rider.
I can defend that.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Midnight Rider, I remember I had once upon a time had the best of the 3LK DVD, and they had like the Midnight Rider
Yeah,
teaming
they
up with
did.
from TNA, and Don West almost fucks the whole thing up. He like goes like like the Midnight Rider, like the Midnight Rider. Here you see him, the Midnight Rider, Dusty Rhodes. Not here because he's been suspended.
And I'm just thinking of was it Saba Simba? Then you got Pyro Man. Like, that ain't Saba Simba. That's Tony Atlas.
Oh, Vince, you racist, you with Saba Simba. But yeah, you mentioned we talked about Shinzaki earlier being, and Hakushi's a good boy, but Shinzaki's not a boy in the slightest. Like he's pretty
Well, it's one of
bad.
those things where it's like, I mean, if you actually follow this, he's obviously not a boy. But if like your only experience is 1995 WWF, I think it's fair to put Hakushi on the boy
Oh yeah,
stable.
yeah, he's kind of like Furnace and
Well,
LaFon. Kind of like Furnace and LaFon. I
yeah,
think they're
or like
boys.
WCW La Parka.
Yeah. Hey, he was the best on Revenge because he started out with a damn chair.
Oh yeah,
Sting started out with a bat, and LaParca started out with a chair. So I'd always pick one of them and just immediately run after the other person and beat him with a chair to start the match. And they're already behind the eight ball a little bit. Hi, Tiger Mask.
he looks so fluffy.
Yeah. I wish the mask that I bought from High Spots for Tiger Mask was as fluffy as that.
Yeah,
But
I'm like, is this his winter mask? Like, it's cold at this funeral. I gotta layer up.
yeah. Is he even at the funeral? I don't even think he's at the funeral.
He's being green screened.
Hi, I'm in New Japan now, and I don't have time for this shit.
No, he's being taped. He's being recorded in like Inoki because like nobody wants him there.
Well, that's a throw. It's funny because like 99, they're showing these clips from 98, 99. It's when I watch this and watch this stuff going on at that time, it's when I truly realize how big the wrestling world can be.
Oh yeah,
Because living in America and not really being the wrestling nerd, at least in the sense of seeking out all the wrestling I can in the world that I am now or became. I wasn't aware of all this kind of stuff going on. I wasn't. When I hard to believe that like someone like Stan Hansen was still like a big deal like in 98, 99, 2000,
Yeah.
but he was, and you just don't think about those kind of things or things like 2000. I thought that like okay, Dr. Death just went away and didn't come back, but because the Brawl for All ruined him, and then he did that. He was with Oklahoma and WCW, and that was stupid. And like, okay,
Yeah.
I guess Dr. Death's gone now, and Taka FN 777. Okay. Anyway, if someone knows what that means, are supposed to represent, let us know. But it's like, no, Dr. Death went back to Japan and he was a big fucking deal. Same thing with Vader, like
Oh yeah.
I thought Vader just kind of went away and didn't come back, and it's like, no, he was he was Triple Crown champion. I think he was GHC champion. He was part of the Noah All Japan Mass Exodus and was a top heel in Noah. And so I think we're drawing to the end of the funeral.
Is this where like the lightning hits the coffin?
You'll see.
Oh God.
Just watch. I'll get some guy's putting eye drops in to make it look like he's crying. There's a guy fucking you can see in the background.
Yeah, he's doing the hawk thing.
Yeah. So he's not dead, apparently. This is where knowing the language would be nice, because I at least know like what he's saying.
Yeah.
To explain some of this. And yes, you're right. That is an anime fall. And apparently it was an Antonio Inoki impersonator that killed him.
I'm sure there's a story behind this guy.
Yeah, he is an Antonio Inoki impersonator, but yeah.
He's like, I did to you what I did to early thousands New Japan.
There's the slap thing. No, they're not even trying. They're not even trying. They're just laughing in the background of this. That's I think what makes it even more charming. Is it's just like the wrestlers just like, fuck this. And we have another anime fall.
I don't know. I was hoping he'd do the 1, 2, 3, then like the guy would bonk him on the head.
Maybe, but instead we just get the straight up an anime fall. Guess these are children?
Children. You gotta keep the kayfabe for the children. I was kind of hoping their faces would be blurred.
Oh, God! And due to, like, the private nature of most people in Japan, we don't even know if he's actually married with children or not, because they keep that all very private over there. But yeah, I mentioned
next time on Michinoku Pro.
Super Delphin has Sasuke is back from the dead. But how long is this going to last? fast.
He's gonna let his fingers do the talking.
So don't go away yet because this is some there's some Marvel Cinematic Universe shit going on with this. But yeah, I mentioned downloading this song and having it on the hard drive on my Xbox 360 for my Sasuke, Stan Hansen, and I download all their songs for their Creator Wrestlers, and yeah, I just remember having this one, and it was always louder than everybody else's. I'd have to turn like my volume down just because of this song. Yeah. We have a post credits scene.
I just love the laughter.
So, only thing I can tell you is Sasuke is praying for something. That's about all I know right now. And I'm not super familiar with world religions, but is Christianity big in Japan?
To my knowledge, no. Like I think like maybe 1%, unless
Okay.
it's changed in recent years. I think it's like 1% of. It's like over there they kind of use the cross as kind of like an exotic. It's to them it's kind of like exotic imagery, like how we kind of look at like Eastern
Gotcha.
sort of things.
It's kind of like how non-Buddhist people will have a Buddha in their yard.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't really know what to tell you right here, guys. This
Yeah.
is just.
Now I'm just picturing if Hustle did this.
I remember when Akibono was hatched to have an egg in Hustle.
Yes. Because he was impregnated by like Muda misting somebody's crotch.
Yes. So you can see the fucking hands.
You can't say that on television.
The best part, you can see the hands in the bucket off camera. Like,
Yes, you're right.
okay. I don't know if he's upset
Great
about this or if
Sasuke
he's,
won the wet T-shirt contest.
I don't know if he's mad about this or if he's happy about it or what's going on. But Great Sasuke is not dead. Okay, he seems happy about it. Yeah.
This just needed a blooper reel.
Blooper reel. The whole fucking thing was a blooper reel.
Touche. We did 200 takes. This is the best one.
So, what do you think of this experience?
That was glorious, and I hope there's more, so we can do this again.
Yeah, I don't know where it is. I'm straight up. I'm gonna break everything. I remember seeing this whole thing on YouTube once, like, and like most things on YouTube, one time it was there, and then eventually it's not. You have some things that endure and some things that don't, and this was just gone. So whenever I found Brett's website, BahuFMW.com, go there, buy this DVD if you haven't already, or buy more DVDs that he has. I remember finding this and just sending him a message, and this was after we recorded our podcast together, and just going, so is this that thing that I saw on YouTube once? And he's like, yes, this is. And I'm like, perfect. I have a podcast idea. And that's how all this came together. So, yeah. Thank you guys for going along on an awkward but glorious train wreck in more ways than one. If you enjoyed this, please give it a like, share, subscribe for more content, not just from the world of wrestling, from world of comics, anime, and all things geek culture. Follow me on social media, facebook.com/athleticgeek89, Twitter, athletic_geek89, and Instagram, athleticgeek89, and I'm on Patreon. So if you enjoy my content to the point to where you want to donate a few bucks, I'd greatly appreciate it and give you a shout out at the end of videos and give you credits at the end of them. Or if you just want, hey, quit sucking, and here's some money to make you quit suck, that's cool too. But thank you everyone for watching. Charloco, thank you for going on this adventure with me.
Thank you for allowing me, and hope to see you again, everybody.
Hopefully, we will see you soon. Later.